doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Just another little quick vid, yeah, because that's what we're doing vids. Um, I ain't gonna get this finished tonight. I get distracted by a few things going on. I end up out and about and stuff like that. But I have been working on it, and I'm pretty happy with the process because I slowed down, okay, and I took my time, and I didn't go dibbity dab 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 dab. I stuck to the process and stuck. Well, actually, I wanted to bring you some tips because I did stick into the process. But what happens is you start getting a little bit extra confident, and then you know the brush speeds up a bit. And so I want to show you how I'm getting on. All right, let me show it. So look at that. It's not looking bad, is it? Yeah. Now you can see. Look at this mountain on this side here. This is looking nice. It's looking quite real now. Yeah. All right. So this is, I've got quite far on this today, but I took my time. I've been taking my time. I've been working on things here, but this one here, I really take my time, and that looks lovely, these mountains. But I've got to do a little bit more work on it, of course. But then I went and I started painting the pink, the orange up here, but this has got to come a bit higher, this white. But then I went and I've done my usual regular thing. I've started getting a little bit like ahead of myself, so I went put in a couple of these bits of grey which weren't correct, so they don't look white, you know. And I'm like, oh, that's because I just started speeding up a little bit, okay. Because you start getting a bit tired as well. It's like work, anything, you know. Like as soon as your concentration goes a little bit. But that is looking pretty good, eh? I'm liking that. Look at the mountains. I tell you what, it's amazing. It really is amazing when you watch these things come alive. Like you watch them start going. And my eyesight's a little bit dodgy, so like I'm quite happy not to wear my glasses because as soon as I stand back, it's like I can't really see everything clearly. But I don't want to see everything clearly because, you know, maybe it's like you start seeing things, you start getting too much attention to detail and start worrying. And really, these pictures, I feel like paintings, oil paintings. You've got some very, very nice, gorgeous oil paintings out there. I went in the gallery and you can see these people and they're like very, very fine. And you go up to them close and the detail's brilliant. But, all right, like a beautiful woman or like a woman, we like to leave a little something for imagination, don't you? Leave a little something for the imagination. And that's why Impressionists, you know, the oil paintings which are, when you stand back, I like standing back, like, you know, like us. You don't want to be too close to me, you know what I mean? So I keep you here, yeah, all right. But that there, it's like it's nice. You know, it's nice when you're standing back away, and then they just come alive, like, you know. And that's what I've always liked about oil paintings. I went round my Uncle Dave's the other day, uncle-in-law Dave's, and he's got a couple of paintings that he inherited with a house they'd bought or something, and it's by an Italian artist called Olivieri, and I think he's actually still alive. He's about 85 now, and he's an impression artist, and he's done, I think, like anyway, this one was in Paris in like a wet street, and there's an art shop on the left. Really great painting, but you get up close, it's, you know, it's you know, there's not much to look at when you're up close. But as soon as you stand back, it really does come alive. And I think that is pretty amazing about an oil painting. But we all have our own desires on how we want to do things. And that's why I do feel like it's quite nice to learn your own way, you know, and then you've got your own unique style to things. Like, as much as I'm going to be explaining and showing you tips, I'm not teaching you how to paint. I'm not going to say do all this exactly the same as me. I'm just saying to you, you know, I'm trying to give you a tip, like, well, in fact, I mean, I'm just giving you the tips that I'm finding that, like, are things not to do, yeah? Yeah, don't do this, don't do that, maybe, you know, or just take your time. That's the biggest tip I can give you, is take your time and don't judge your work too early. My little son, he was off school today, he's had a bit of a cough, so I like them to do things during the day when they're off school instead of just sitting and watching the tablet or the thing. So I want you to get down and do some drawing a day, you know. So I do an hour of drawing, and then I let you go on your let you go on the computer because he'd asked to go on the Xbox, you know. He'd already been on his phone for a bit, and I was like, no, you got to go and do something. I don't mind what it is, whether you read, write, or do some drawing or something, but you got to do something for an hour, you know, at least. So he done some drawing, yeah. And I said, don't judge it. Don't judge your work. He's 11, you know. I'm like, don't judge it. Just doodle away, and it'll come together, and you spend time, and it'll make. And I said, you paint that picture. I said, why don't you paint yourself a superhero who likes Marvels, and why don't you paint something like that? You know, you got to paint something that you like. So he painted drew Wolverine, and he ended up drawing for 2 hours today. He ended up sitting down for 2 hours, and he enjoyed it because it's the judgment we do with ourselves. Honestly, I mean, you know, if you're judging yourself all the time, it's you know, it takes you just, you know, stop you doing so much. I'm crap at this. I'm no good at that. Yeah, you're right. You're no good at it. Of course you ain't. You can't expect to be great at something straight away, can you? And if you was, there's no fun in learning. So, yeah, just apply yourself and keep on at it, and it'll all come together. So, anyway, I wanted to do a little vid. Yeah, share some, you know, a little bit of my philosophy on it. And that's about that. Alright, so I hope you like it. I'm getting some views, which is good. I'm it's really buzzed me up, so I'm pretty excited. I hope you like what we're doing. You can give us a thumbs up if you watch these to the end. I don't know if anyone's watching them past the first 30 seconds, but who knows? You're missing out on a lot if you are. Anyway, always just like to have a little bit of fun with it, but in all honesty, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for support in any way, whether or not it's just watching, and I wish you the best with whatever you do. It's not just about painting, you know, this could be about, as I say, it's, you know, I like to give a bit of a useful advice on life and things, because I've been out there, made a lot of what people would call mistakes, but I've done a lot of lessons, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, you've got to embrace all that stuff. Don't try to get everything right, you know, that's all the fun, you know. Here's my cat. Look at him. He's lovely. He's a lovely cat. They called him Tuck. Hey, how you doing, mate? He's so nice. Look at a big mane on him, look. He's so good. How are you? Anyway. I was going to say, whatever it is with me, I've been pretty much self-taught in everything. No one ever given me a chance to give me... No, I'm only joking. I started painting and decorating about 10, 12 years ago over here. I'd come over here from Spain and stuff like that, and I'd been working in the timeshare industry. All right, don't let that put you off. All right, yeah, it was good fun. We was all young, but I learned a bit about sales and marketing and stuff like that, which is a really useful thing to learn in life, because as you can have a great skill, but if you don't know how to sell it, it's bloody useless. You know what I mean? You've got to know how to get it out there. So I might mention previously in one of my videos about that, whatever his name is, who's done the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. Yeah, and you might not have read it, but in the book, he's written that book, and on the corners, he was interviewed by a journalist of some sorts, and she's gone, you know, I've been doing some writing. And he goes, I know, I've seen your work, it's very good. And she went, yeah, but I'm not selling anything. He said, well, you see that in the top right-hand corner? She went, yeah. He said, it says best-selling author. He says, you need to learn how to sell. And he said, and she was a bit disgusted by that. She thought it was beneath her. Okay, but you know, these are all the top people out there, mate. They're all top salesmen. Yeah, and they all know how to sell their product. All right. And some of the things you learn in sales, to be honest, sales is a bit bad because you learn how to be manipulative. So it's not very good. That's why they all develop egos and they think they're great, but really they're not very good. If you be an honest salesman, they're the best ones. The people that do the research and discover your need, all right? And then you're going to be able to sell something. You don't want to sell something to someone they don't want or need, you know what I mean? So it's important that sort of stuff. But stuff like this, you're selling them something they don't really particularly need it, but they want it, yeah? So it's like you're selling them to their desire. But again, anyway, what I was going to say is learning how to sell and something else, but I can't remember. All right. So anyway, thank you. I'm not going to add any more, otherwise I'll just go on. All right, but look at that. It's not bad. This is, other than a couple of fails, yeah, I've done. I think about what I'm probably, but now I've stopped the smoking. I'm taking my time because I was getting frustrated doing crap like this. You know, that thing, that dodgy old picture. But you can buy that if you want. Now let me tell you something. All right, if you watch these videos up to this length of time, I'll let anybody have that for $50. All right, you can have that painting for $50 plus your postage. Mark my words, that'd be worth money in a few years. All right, so if you want that, let me know. It's yours. All right, $50. Okay. All right. See that there? There's a little bit of sales in that. Did you hear the sales bit? You know, it's gonna be worth money. You know what I mean? Like people buy out of fear of loss. Yeah. Okay, or fear of missing out. It's like, mate, if you don't get in early and get this, you know, it's gonna go to the next man. That's what you call a takeaway. All right. If you're trying to sell something to somebody, they don't want it. You push it. You know, you go meet a girl. Oh, come on, please, let me take you out. The girl's like, get away from me. Then you go, all right, darling. And then you walk away and you don't really show her too much attention. She's like, what's that fella got going on? You know, she's intrigued. Okay, a bit like the paintings. Yeah. So, you know, that's the art of selling, and you want to sell without selling. That's what you need to do. The art. No pun intended. Anyway, much love. Thank you very much. Power to the people. That's about it for me. Adios.